Okay, here we go. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. It's Sunday. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller, and it's gonna be great. You'll like it. So, what I was last doing on the previous stream was working out a design for the level selector, and I'll show you a few things for that. Never mind this news thing here. That's not what I meant to show. Never mind my personal schedule. All right. So I played with a couple of designs. The first one was this sort of, I don't know, Google Images style set of thumbnails that you look through and you pick the one that you want. And then I decided I like this kind of a level selector better, which was you just have a single column and all of the levels that you could access that you visited before, they would be there in that single column. You can go up and down that column really fast if you want. There'll be acceleration. There might be, like, before the game's over, hundreds of levels there, but it would still work. It would still be very fast. So then I refined that a little bit more. I went to Starbucks yesterday morning and I worked on the design a little bit more. A few things I figured out when I was playing with this. Oops. One is that I like this black and white style to the graphics that are I'll go ahead and draw on this even though it's not meant to be there. So all this stuff in the walls that are surrounding the actual levels, I like it to be black and white and simple because it allows you to see the level thumbnails more clearly. The other thing I decided I liked was keep the selected thumbnail in full color and then have the ones above and beneath it in grayscale with saturation set to 0. And it's a pretty simple design. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to build like the part which holds a thumbnail and the wall section off to the right and left. It's meant to be like a repeatable prefab that I could stack a whole bunch of them on top of each other and make this level selection UI with. So I'm gonna work on that today. So this mock that you're looking at, I'm gonna see if I can make today in this session one prefab that creates the look that you see in this mock. So that's what I'm up to today, and I'm happy to have joiners. I'm happy to have people chatting with me while I'm working. Okay. Let me disconnect the iPad from the presentation so that it doesn't take up extra bandwidth. Okay, that should do that. Now, back to Unity. Back to where the real stuff is. So, start with a little bit of Pro Builder modeling. I just like reinstalled Pro Builder, and I think this version is different. because I just said create a new shape, and normally it gives me like a dialog where it asks me what type of shape I want. This is supposedly a cube, but it's not appearing as a cube. That's kind of crazy. I just did a fresh install of this thing. Alright, delete that. We'll try it again. Again, it just created something that wasn't useful. Okay, that's what I wanted. So, I hate this when I'm trying to do something just really extremely simple, which isn't even the hard thing I'm trying to do yet, and immediately run into a block. Brand new project, freshly installed Pro Builder, most basic function of Pro Builder does not work. What the hell? It's just annoying. And then this is really bad. So usually when you click new shape, the shape tool window will just stay there. Let's make this a floating window. I'll keep it from disappearing. How can the defaults in this be so horrible and not working? What is up with that? So, and it should be previewing the shape. It's not though. It's not previewing the shape. Why would it not? No errors in the console window. So I'm kind of like zooming in to see if it's there in very small form. It does kind of look like. Did I see it? Did I see some kind of cylinder thing over there? I don't know. I think it's nothing. Let me try these other ones. No. Okay, go back to cube. Let's build it really huge. God, how annoying. Just having to go back to troubleshooting like one of the tools. Is that doing something? It is. Why would the scale, just to see it, need to be so large? I don't get it. I'm scaling it to 1,000 by 1,000 by 1,000 meters. Okay. And it's not actually building it to that scale. Something's messed up. Something's not right. I need Pro Builders to work in this project. It's all the other stuff that I did was based upon Pro Builder. This seems like a different version than what I was using before. Like, it doesn't have that prototype material, which I actually find quite useful. Okay, the other thing I want to figure out is snap. So here it says the size is massive. What is up with that? What is up with that? Let me create, just so I can have something to compare to a regular Unity cube. I don't know, this something's off. Something is way off. Like, I can't even see the cube that I just created. Okay, there it is. So let's see, all this other stuff. Okay, there's a proper cube there. Okay, this one I think really is massive. Let me delete that. But I was just like, where's the selector for the cube that got created? Like, where's the little XYZ thing? I don't get it. I can double click here. I must be just way far away from it. Okay, so that takes me to here. I never have this much trouble. This is really bothersome. Okay, the camera is way over here. I'm just kind of not getting what the issue is. Let's try going to the camera. Okay. Maybe I've got some gizmos turned off. Is that it? Directional line. It does sort of look like I have gizmos turned off. Is this like a thing where I just need to reopen the project? Let's try that. Okay, save. Quit. Get rid of personal stuff. Baba Is You, awesome game. Let's see. So, Unity, GK. still doing the same weird shit. Oh, okay, I know why it's doing that. I gotta switch back over to this thing. Object selection. Am I out of practice? Is that what this is? Okay, and then what was the... Okay, I'll go ahead and point this guy. Okay, so that's pointed down at the ground now. Okay, let's try create a new shape again. Okay. So again, it puts it in a weird spot. Let's just figure out where the camera is. Let's put the camera in someplace sane. Put it like 20 V0. And let's put the cube at frickin' 0, 0, 0. Okay. So the camera does see something. Okay, there's my fucking preview. And you can go to 0, 0, 0. And you cannot be so friggin' large. You can be 1, 1, 1. Oh. Also, I don't know why the camera is so sensitive. Like I barely move it, and then it's like, bam. Okay. The other thing I want to get going is snapping the grid. I do seem to have figured out how to create these objects and position things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of practice. It just seemed like the settings in the scene were kind of weird. All right. So let me get the snap to thing working. So they've got like Pro Grids, which I know works with Pro Builder, but I also wanted to see if maybe that's like an anachronism, because there's already some Snap 2 stuff inside of Unity, and I wanted to see if Pro Builder already worked with it. Snap settings. There we go. 1, 1, 1. Okay. How do I turn snap on? Unity How to turn on Snap. Yeah. Snap August, blah, 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 blah. This was written in 2011. Edit snap settings. Let's see. Press Control while dragging. More info. Let's see. Press Control while dragging. That's not answering the first person's question though. Let me just try that. Just see if it's really something I want to use. Yeah, it seems to work pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm in business with that. Don't know why. Don't know why my camera movement is suddenly so sensitive. I may want to mess with that a little bit. The only thing is, I use Command to do snap. I also have to use Shift to extrude. Okay, boom, boom, Shift. Okay, that extruded. So this is a newer version of Pro Builder, I guess, than what I was using. All right, I think I can make do with this. So it's time to do a little modeling, and that's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta get the sensitivity of the controls to be not so scary. Doesn't have anything to do that. Okay. Whatever. Okay, let's go now to 8. Okay, so I was thinking about this section here should actually be pretty close to HD ratio. And the HD ratio is I always forget. 19.5, 16.9. Okay. Well, just to make it easy on myself, let's just make this thing 16.9. So here it is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need it to go out 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, go in this direction. I need to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more. Got HD ratio there. Okay. What was that? Something tells me the whole object is not lined up. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Put that back. I had the wrong axes. Oh, I didn't even know it. No, that's not right. Okay. Alright. So now what do I get? I got make sure this is still at 16 nines. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Good, good, good. All right, now it's time to extrude. Let's see, I want these to be cuboid. So that means that should come up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Q. Now it might serve my interest to make a few more game objects that are repeatable instead of trying to do all the nifty crafting with just this one object. Because if you'll remember the image I had on the iPad on the wall, there'd be like these kind of boxes coming up. They have this hollowed out interior, and there'd be at least 3 of them, but I'll probably put in like 4 or 5, just so that my camera view will support what I'm trying to show. So main camera, let's fix the cam. Okay, so this will be one thumbnail with accompanying walls. Okay, let's get another shape. This one, is this on a, what's the deal? What is the deal? So that one should be all snapped up. Really? Okay, so you have to get it first there. Okay, this is like bad enough that it's worth installing ProGrids. Look, I'm not a real fan of ProGrids either, but it's better than the built-in Unity grids. I didn't see that. All right. Let me look down here a little further in case there's a later answer. By the way, this Carl guy I think might be associated with ProBuilder. No, different Carl. Okay. I don't want to add in the script to make it work. Yeah, okay, let's go get ProGrids. Okay, California privacy. There's a ProGrids 2, huh? Okay, it says it's there in Package Manager. I didn't see it there before, but I'll double check. It says to install it via Package Manager, but it's not there in Package Manager. So I'm just gonna download it, I guess. And this shit I hate. Warnings, 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 warnings. It means every friggin' time I build this thing, I'm gonna see those warnings. I don't know. Maybe it's worth doing that little script thing instead of having those warnings all the time. But you know what? I'll see a whole bunch from the other packages too. So, okay. All right. There we go. There's the Snap 2 that I'm used to that is actually better than the built-in Unity Snap 2. Yikes. I don't know why it's doing that. So I have no idea why it would converge all those points like that. It didn't do that before. It did not. Yeah, you're converging all the points that way too. I don't know what to think about this. Potentially I just have a bad version of it. Maybe I really am supposed to be using one that comes in through Package Manager, but it's not available there. So let's get rid of ProGrids. Just delete it. Alright, back to the other way that I didn't like that much, but oh well. some of the things I've been complaining about are legit. Other things are me not touching the modeling tools or Unity environment for a few months and just being a little rusty. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I am kind of a whiner. And let's put one more in for good measure. Cool. So a thing I thought I might do is if when you're moving through the level selector and you're accelerating really fast, that your camera view gets up higher like this, and you'll be able to see more thumbnails at one time. You'll be traveling faster, and then as you kind of let off the gas, it'll come down a little bit closer so you can see the thumbnail that you're considering for selecting a level to load. But I want it to be like potentially like way up here. What would that look like? Could go even a little bit more. So let me go ahead and duplicate these up. Okay. Oh, the other thing I was interested in was having it be very fisheyed. I can't remember if I can do that with the camera, or if I need to use like a post-processing effect for that. Okay. And let's see. Yeah, it occurs to me that I might as well get the texturing right on just one of them, and then do another copy and paste or duplicate. I could prefab it too. That's probably the way to go. So then if I just prefab one, I can update one. Oh, except I made this all one thing. Okay. Huh. I probably shouldn't have made it all one thing. Damn. Oh yeah. No problem. No problem. That did not take me long to make. I can make it again real fast. Okay. Build that. In fact, this is a real simple object actually. Does not need to be complicated. Just go. Bam. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the other way. Okay, there's the base. Delete this one. Yeah, just leave it for a moment. It'll probably help me as a reference. Okay, so then I'll make one wall. all in base. Get rid of the original. Don't need it. Alright, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Okay, back to it. My session goal: make one of these segments that looks like the mock-up. I'm not going to add any code to it today, but just I'll get all the modeling done for one of these segments. The idea is you have a whole bunch of these segments and you just kind of stack them all together. Alright, so this is the base. This is, I don't know, just wall, I guess. I find it a little bit easier to work with the game objects before they're a prefab, so I think I'll keep on fiddling with it as not a prefab, and once I have it pretty close to how I want it, I'll prefab it and I'll duplicate it or re-instance it to make like a whole stack of these boxes. Alright, so the next thing would be textures. I don't think I'm going to try, I'm not going to get real fancy on the textures. Like what I could do is unwrap texture against this. On the other hand, I don't know, maybe that would be good. I suppose I could have one texture and then just unwrap it. I've never done that before. I've never unwrapped a texture from Pro Builder and drawn on it. Do I want this to be a learning experience? So the benefit there would be it would be more efficient than the other way of doing it, where I have like separate textures or materials for the sides that need to show up differently. So I want some cross hatching here and here. I'm going to look at my mock again. Alright. What's upside down? Okay. So this is what a box is supposed to look like. I want that white outline right by the edge. I thought I would accomplish that with a texture. I don't want to do like a shader to produce that. So actually, one thing I could do is just make a single texture that contains just like some basic lines, and use like repeating to make things like this texture here, or this hatching thing. I think that works pretty well. You know what? I think I can get all in one texture, and I don't even have to unwrap it because the mapping is so simple. Famous last words, but it seems like. Let me just create a new image here. All right. All right, suppose this is my texture. I suppose I could have done like a rectangle tool, but alright, so that's my texture. What do I need? I need that might be all I need, really. Because I can just apply it to the interior of these boxes. I can have like a little bit up on the top here too. I can apply that to the interior. It might be worthwhile to have a separate texture that goes along the exterior of the box. But I could just simply try the interior first. And something tells me that that's going to be the main thing I need to do there. I think that might look good all on its own. And that's a very simple texture to make. So, alright, let's delete this junky thing. Okay. Alright. Let's make a texture, a real simple one. It can be a small one too. Okay. That part a little thicker. Okay. Then we'll do the hatching. Why can there not be a hotkey for duplicating layers? Okay. Come on. Let's save it. I can never settle on whether I want camel case or hyphenated. Now the fun part. That's kind of interesting. Not what I wanted. Figured unlit would mean it would just Yeah, okay, there, that's better. So now I just gotta tweak with all the UVs on this. It's good in there. Alright, can I just make this exactly 270? There we go. Then oh god, that's not what I want to do. There was one of these things that made it. Yeah, okay. Let me just pick one of these things at a time. Okay. Then this guy. Okay, not bad. wish there was kind of a simple way that I could just sort of copy the settings from one to the other. What am I looking at here? There probably is a simple way that I can do it. Let me just look. So you're saying tiling. Yeah, there is a simple way. Nice. Same here. Let's do 270. And then tiling will be oh yeah, that's not bad. Might as well make this exactly the same. Okay, okay. This one, all I have to do is get the UV to be inside of a completely black area. That's all I gotta do. I might as well. Yeah. Okay, that should do it. That's getting there. That really is getting there. These other surfaces are not even going to be visible, so I might as well delete them. Here, let's go ahead and close that. I think I'm done with that. Back surface should never be visible, but I've got a feeling like it might show up. So, nah, I'm gonna delete it. I can always add a surface back there if I need to. Okay, then we go take out this stuff. Come on. It's annoying. So I can click grow selection here, but now if I hit delete, the selection's not over in this window. If I click on that, there we go. Okay, that's how you do it. Grow selection. Okay, also do not need the bottom. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me, while I'm removing this stuff, let me take out the unneeded parts of the base, which is almost all of it. It's really just a plane. Okay. I don't know why I made a separate materials folder in here. Do that. UV map again. So that doesn't look like anything yet, but I've got all the pieces there. So let's make sure base is where I want it to be. Let's put that. So I have to start thinking in terms of this project being the home of everything, not just this level selector, because I'm going to eventually move in all the code that is in a different project for the game itself into this project. So these prefabs will go into level beta. Level selector. Okay. And there. Into a wall. I have a wall prefab. And base I'll put in here. Wall I'll put in here. Duplicate. Here's where it starts to look cool. Okay, so that's 4 high. I got one more. Okay. Then I could take all of those, duplicate those. Rotate those. 180. Yep. Okay. It's starting to look right. I notice a UV problem here. Easy to fix, I think. Another one over here. Easy to fix. Really? I just hate it when things that I used to do and they worked stop working. So in the past, oh no, I was in game view. I'm so grumpy. I always assume that somebody else fucked it up when it's just me. Okay. So hopefully this UV editor works inside of the prefab view. We'll see. If it doesn't, that's fine. Good. I think it does. Now, I just made the surface entirely black, but I may want to come back to it and put a little bit of a line right on the edge there. Before I do that, I think I'll just see what it looks like without it. Okay, so I'll fix that. Okay. This is looking pretty much as intended. let me prefab the level segment. And now what I can do, just to test it a little bit, is make a whole bunch of these together. Yep. That is what I wanted. So if I take the main camera, alright, so if it's zoomed in a little bit closer. So I can keep playing with this. Yeah, I think this is a good start. I'm considering some different options. Like for example, I might make this not full white, maybe just like a mid-tone gray or something like that. I don't know. That's easy to fool around with though. So the thumbnails will go like right in the middle here. I'll also want like an end cap for the bottom and the top. But I don't know, that's not bad. This is matching my mock. It's not going to be hard to code against. I haven't decided if I want to like build out one giant scene with all of the levels in them, or if I want to do the kind of there's got to be an existing term for this, but like where you do like a conveyor belt where if I'm scrolling up, then the part that goes off the end of the conveyor belt down at the bottom is picked up and put again up at the top. I know there must be like a commonly used term for that very common technique. I use that on the cloud boxes where I have like clouds floating in the background behind the levels. So I could do that here too. Then I would just reuse the same prefabs again and again. So if I have hundreds and hundreds of levels, then I'll just scroll up or down using the same set of prefabs, and maybe I only have 5 to 20 of these segment prefabs. They're just reused. I'm also thinking about how I want to store the thumbnails. I can put them all in texture memory, but there might be a whole lot of them, so it might need some kind of load unload type of a thing. Anyways, this is a good stopping point. I've got the basic thing that I set out to do in this session done. And I don't know, that's kind of nice. I'm gonna hit save here. I'm gonna hit save. I've been having a lot of bad luck this year with losing data, so let's save. Okay, stopping the stream, stopping the stream, stopping it, stopping it, stopping it, stopping it, stopping it right now.